So let me start with this. Ratings are up 29%. They're up 8%. They're the highest ratings in 29 years. And whenever ratings go up, everybody tries to guess why the ratings going up. It's gambling. It's not gambling. We've been gambling on the Final Four forever. It's not gambling. Well, let me tell you why the ratings are up. Zion Williamson. CBS has a Zion cam. All right, college basketball, let's be honest, has become like a 2-3 week sport. It's the honeymoon of marriage. It's great for about 10 days, but it's not reality. Zion Williamson is a superstar. This is what superstars look like at 17 years old. If he goes to the New York Knicks, he is going to blow past Giannis, Kawhi, Paul George, Westbrook, Harden, Kawhi Leonard, Embiid, Ben Simmons. In name value, in star value, he is going to blow by them because he's got three factors which are massively important to superstars. Number one, the name factor. Zion, Oprah, Ima, Stern, Hannity, Rush, Pele, Ronaldo, Kobe. I know it sounds kooky, but that one name factor is a marketer's dream. And the fact that he has the letter Z is even crazier, which is another perfect letter for a marketer. He's got the one name factor. It's not called the Rush Limbaugh Show. It's called Rush. And that's the way marketing works. Remember the movie? They were calling it The Facebook. And somebody came in and said, just call it Facebook. Google, Yahoo, Amazon. There's a reason, one word. Second factor, he's a physical freak. People are busy in life. They don't have time for subtlety and nuance. Zion jumps through a television set. It's not a clever crossover. Physically, dunks. Even when he shoots a jumper, I can't take my eyes off it. He is not subtle, although he's got a beautiful touch. His smile, his size, his dunks, his game. Not a lot of subtlety. You don't have to be a huge basketball fan to turn on the TV and go, oh, yeah, kind of like when LeBron broke into the league. You could be like, who's that big kid on the floor? The third factor, which is inarguable, he plays at Duke. It's the number one brand in college basketball. I didn't know who Giannis was for 3 years. I never watched Kawhi Leonard play. Chris Paul went to Wake Forest. I've been in a lot of forests. I've never been to that one. This kid's going to walk into the NBA, potentially with the New York Knicks. He is going to be a superstar. Not going to be LeBron big. I'm not saying that. He's probably not going to be like Durant and Steph Curry big. But there's going to be about 3 or 4 guys in this league. He's going to blow past all of them. And if you want to know why the ratings are going up, it's Zion. It's not gambling. We gamble on this thing our entire lives. There haven't been a lot of upsets. There haven't been a lot of crazy finishes. There's, the other big star plays at a college. He's already out, Ja Morant, that most of you don't watch. This is what a superstar looks like at 18 years old. This is what they look like. By the way, Tiger was a superstar. At 16 years old, Sports Illustrated, when it was a huge publication that started narratives around sports, they were doing stories on him. He was the talk of golf clubs. Networks showed every shot when he was 17, 18 years old on any tournament he was part of. Name factor, physical specimen, superstar from a great college brand. That is why the ratings are up 29%. I will get to the Duke controversial win after the break because I do want to touch on that. But I think the second biggest story of the day, speaking of one name, Gronk. Not Rob Gronkowski. Gronk, another star in America. One of the 10 biggest sports/character stars ever. He retired. There's 2 things about Rob Gronkowski. Number one is college football does a lot of spread offense. So, like, tight ends in college don't block anymore. So the NFL is struggling to find college tight ends who they think they can turn into blockers. There's a kid at Iowa, TJ Hawkinson, who's probably the most underrated player in the entire draft. He's the next version of Gronk, though I don't think he's nearly as talented, but he blocks, and college guys don't block. So Gronk, there's not a lot of Gronks out there. We'll see talented tight ends, but he became an unbelievable force on the offensive line. Tony Gonzalez last year talked about what makes Gronk special.
With Gronk, what he's better than me at is the blocking. He can block. He's a big old guy. Blocking is about desire, first of all. Do you want to do it? It's not about can you do it. It's will you do it. You know, and a lot of those big tight ends, 250-pound Jimmy Graham, 250-pound Travis Kelce, not a knock against them, but they don't want to block because it's hard. It hurts. It's not fun. It really is not fun. It's not fun.
I love that bite. But I got to tell you something about Gronk. When Gronk came into this league, you saw him and I saw him as just a big, dumb football player. He's goofy. But over the course of time, Gronk became one of the smartest NFL players. He did the opposite of sometimes what misguided athletes do. Gronk was incredibly coachable. As he physically wore down, wasn't as fast, he accelerated his blocking skills. Gronk could have left multiple times more money. A lot of stars do that. But he knew that Tom Brady was the perfect fit and Belichick was the perfect coach. A lot of athletes spend their money unwisely. Gronk has never spent a dime of his. He's legendary. Gronk came into this league as a big, dopey goofball. Talented, I'm not denying that. He was talented. But he actually became really wise and really smart, and that he could have chased a lot of things, and he didn't. And he became incredibly coachable, and he accelerated his blocking skills, and he became an incredible ally to Tom Brady. And he took care of his body, so by the end of the year last year, in the two biggest games, he was arguably the best guy on the field. Gronk admitted that he came into this league and he wanted to have a lot of fun. And I'm not anti-fun. But Gronk, instead of pushing back at his coach and pushing back at the system and pushing back at a very complex New England system, Gronk said, you know what? It's better for me, it's better for the team if I'm more focused. Remember this moment by Gronk at the podium?
We got yelled at. We're not allowed to talk about celebrations. That's what we got told, but I kind of want to talk about it. But I kind of don't, because I'll get in trouble. So I don't know what to do. So it just happened on the spot. It wasn't planned. We'll just keep it there.
Gronk's a big personality. But Gronk understood, this place is good for me. This quarterback's good for me. This coach is good for me. Learning to block is good for me. Working really hard is good for me. It's okay to be a big personality and also fit within a system. All sorts of people in my business have big personalities, but they can appreciate having good bosses at Fox. Like, I have a personality. It rubs some people the wrong way, but I try to never take advantage or never underestimate the value of a really good boss and really good management and a really good system. I know. That's such a sellout. Yes, our shows sell out. And some bands sell out, but they still don't have to compromise all their artistic value. Gronk entered the league as a big, dumb, dope guy, right? I think he leaves the NFL, and players who are stars with big personalities should take a look at Gronk. You never make more money in endorsements than when you're playing in AFC championships and Super Bowls. Sometimes you got to reduce a little of your personality, just a little, not all of it, to fit into a structure and a system. Sports loves personalities. Zion Williamson, by the way, I think has a great personality. But systems and cultures win. Personalities don't. Gronk reduced his just a little to fit and leaves a first ballot, all-time, arguably greatest tight end talent ever. Coachable, listened, evolved, grew. To me, that's what smart guys do in sports. You're not a victim if your coach and your culture ask you to pull back the Facebook Live in the locker room for the betterment of the team. Tip of the cap to Gronk. Okay, there was a big controversial call in Duke and UFC. I was watching this. around about 10 guys. Everybody's freaking out at Duke game. So why didn't the official call a push on that rebound on Duke? I'll explain why coming up. If you haven't tried the high quality, delicious meat from Butcher Box, you're going to be blown away. Unbelievable flavor, unparalleled nutrition. They work closely at Butcher Box with the best farms and companies committed to raising animals humanely. Ethical process. No hormones added ever. Free-range organic chicken. Grass-fed beef. Wild-caught sockeye salmon.